What's the decorator pattern? The decorator is a structural design pattern that allows you to add functionality to an object dynamically without modifying its original class. We're going to see it in code in a moment. Just let me explain it a little bit more. So instead of using interface and inheritance in creating many variations, the pattern wraps the object inside other objects and then adds behavior. Instead of doing this email notifier and SMS, and a lot of combinations in creating a lot of classes using inheritance, what the decorator does is it takes a base object like, let's say, coffee, and then it wrap it with decorators as needed, as add milk or add sugar, classes that add more functionality using the same method. We're going to see in a minute when you can use this when you need it to add behavior without modifying existing class, when you want to avoid an explosion of subclasses like we just saw, when you need to combine functionality and dynamically. Advantages and disadvantages. I'm going to jump into the code. Notifier interface. This interface specifies that every notification must use the send code. That's it. Email notifier. The email notifier is a concrete class, is the base class, is like the coffee, the base. Uh, and then we're going to decorate this with more classes. So that's all what we need. This class is implementing the notify interface, and because of that, this method. Well, let's jump to the notifier decorator. This is an abstract class. It is being used mainly because it has this constructor. So we don't want to repeat this code, this constructor function in all the decorators. And that's why we're using it. And this class, abstract class, is implementing the notifier interface. And because of that, it has to implement this method called send, right? And take a look here. Every every object that is being wrapped, it also will execute the send method. So they both have the same method, the same name. Okay, let's jump to the Slack decorator. The Slack decorator is not a public construct method, but when uh, it is instantiated, this class, the class Slack decorator, because it has not a constructor, it will use the notifier decorator constructor, and then will store or wrap any object that it receives. Then with this class, with this uh, function, this method called send, we will execute the parent of anything that we have in the constructor stored, right? And then after this parent sent object is uh, being executed, then we will execute any code uh, here. So let's say that we are adding we are adding functionality here in this line. Okay, this is the original uh, method, at, at least the method of the parent. Okay, so let's see it in the index so you can understand it better. Here we create email notifier, which is the base. Let's say that it is like doing new coffee and creating this coffee. And then this notifier uh, is going to be passed as in the constructor to this Slack decorator. So when you do that, you're going to receive this again, and then you're going to be able to send emails and send notifications by Slack. And if you want to add more functionality, then you can pass again the notifier here to the SMS decorator. And now this subject will be able to also send uh, a message using SMS. Okay, and just by executing this public method send one time, just one time, look at what's going to happen. We're going to be executing these three methods: the method sent of the email, the method sent of the Slack decorator, and the method SMS of the SMS decorator. Okay, we're saying hi in Spanish, hola, by email, by Slack, and by SMS. Just look at the order. We we are uh, we are first sending the email, and then the Slack, and then the SMS. But in the system, you would think that this is going to be in execute first, and then this, and then this. And in reality, that's the way is that this is being executed. This is being executed this way. So the problem is that here, what it really is doing is calling the send method of the pattern, which is this, and again, it's doing nothing there but calling to the parent uh, method called send of the base class. So it's like going back, and when it finally comes to the bottom to this, then start again to come back like this, and doing this. So whatever additional um, additional functionality, it will come back following this path. That's why you see here email, Slack, and SMS. Let's see again another a decorator. So when you are executing this code, it is being executed in reality this parent send method, and then it stops here, and then it goes to the next uh, parent object to execute its send method. And if it has another inside of it, then it goes back, and then it goes back until it finally finds the base class called email, or let's say coffee. And then when finally reach it, then it starts to come back, and then starts to execute this in all the decorators. Okay, so it's like going back, and doing nothing, and then from the back coming and doing something, and then doing that and doing something else, and then doing something else, you know, going back and forth. So that's the way in which the decorator works. I have another little thing here. In your system, you can create a basic service. Then you can store that object here. If the user is a premium user, then you can create a premium decorator and pass that service here. And then you will have a service now that is not also basic, but also has become a premium decorator. So that's the way we do it. We use composition instead of inheritance, and the decorator needs the object to be decorated, right? That's why it is composition. Thanks for watching. Click like and subscribe, and thank you for listening. Bye.